Live Farmer 73 here. What's going on, everybody? Let me see. Let's get this going. It's good to see everybody in here. Come on in, enjoy. Dip your toe in, the water is fine. All right. What's up, everybody? Had a conversation with a friend. Let's welcome some folks in the room first before we get into it. Let's see. Q Dub in the house. What's going on, man? Big Bad Bo. Sean does it all. And I want to, before she comes in, Urban Backyard stated that she is a woman, so I apologize. And I got to be honest with you. It's a simple mistake, and that's why I always keep telling people put your thumbnail and have a channel, or we're just guessing. Okay. All right. Sean does it all. Landy Acre Farms. Marsha. Who else we got? Marsha. Granny Karma. How you doing, Granny Karma? It's good to see you. Christopher Jones in the house. Riri Star. Hey, sister. What's going on? Backyard Farmer. How you doing? K Mac. Yvette Bailey. Little Green Patch. How you doing? Jackie. Mr. Will Be Blessed. Proud. How you doing? Talia. How you doing? Katina Brooks. What's going on, sister? I said about to get. I'm not even gonna say that out loud. But be safe. Suzette. How you doing? Kathy Love. Brenda Baker. How you doing? Let me see. Yeah. 99 Fabrication. What's going on? Lena, how you doing? Backyard Farmer. Kathy Love. Let's get right into it. I welcome everybody into the Greenhouse Lounge. I say guava. Guava to you. Welcome to the Greenhouse Lounge. Had a conversation with a good friend of mine, and I wanted to talk about our obligations as American citizens. Let's see. Riri Star said, I had somebody ask me on Friday if I had retired, and I laughed. Okay. Most Americans cannot retire. And let me take my voice down. Let's define retirement. Okay? Because the word retirement or retiring, it got a couple different definitions to it. Am I retired? In my definition, I am. The main definition that everybody else is, the universal definition of retired is you have no more worries. You don't have to work. You don't have to do anything for income anymore. You get a check every 30 days or so, and you can go live happily ever after and drink Mai Tais on, you know, the Maui Beach or in Jamaica and just live the rest of your life grinning. Okay. I'm going to just throw out a BS percentage rate that is not real, but I cannot imagine it not being. I'm going to say 99% of all Americans, that dream is no such thing as you can just sit on your tailbone and enjoy the rest of your life without doing anything else to supplement your income to live. Meaning, you have to go back to work and do something to supplement your income because the older we get, let's see, the older we get, the more money that you actually have to spend, and nobody ever calculates that. And I want you to think about that for a minute. Why does it make sense? The older you get, The closer to retirement that you get, the more money that you spend. The more money that you spend is because of your health. Now, instead of your money going to buy a bunch of worthless junk, motorcycles, sports cars, and snowmobiles and stuff, now your money is going towards doctor's appointments, medication, therapy, surgery, funeral costs, uh, the things that you start planning for, insurance for your passing. You start to think about, uh, you have to start investing money in things like, insurance and your burial, and how you really do have to start thinking about when it's your time to check out. And I'm gonna tell you this, and this is no new saying because everybody knows it. It costs money to be born in this country. It costs money to live, and it costs money to die in this country. I want you to think about that. Welcome everybody. Come on in. I want you to think about that. It costs money to be born. It costs money to live, and it costs money to die. And the way things are set up, you really cannot do one of those things without getting in trouble. If you try to have a baby in your own house on your own accord, you have some answering to this system. If you try to have a baby in your own house, they're going to put you through the ring. And I ain't saying you can't do it, but I'm just telling you, this system is going to give you hell about it because it wasn't done under their watch and their scrutiny, right? There's a lot of women out there having children at home with your, what is the wet nurse, your home nurse, helping you. What it's another word. Is it called a doula? It's called a doula, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. But you have these a midwife. Thank you. There you go, urban backyard. And I hope you got my apology. A doula or a midwife. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Well, when you do that, that's all great and it's all legal, but you will have to answer to them, and they still want you to put that baby on this system's paperwork, right? You just can't say, "Hey, I'ma just have this baby in my house and we live our lives." You can't do it. I don't have to explain to y'all just living costs. I don't gotta explain that to you, so I ain't gonna even go there. And I also don't have to explain to you that even passing away costs money. You just can't go passing away for free. Ain't that something? I want you to think about this now. Talk to me. When you get a certain age and start thinking of your mortality, you start thinking about death. And around 30ish, 40ish, you start thinking about your own demise when you feel that little pain in your chest because you ate too many ribs or something at the barbecue, or you got a gas bubble stuck up in there somewhere, and you think you having the big one, but it's just gas. You just need to eat a handful of Rolaids or something. Around 30, 40ish, your body don't react as swiftly as it used to. And it really start making you, that's when you start going to the ER thinking you had heart attacks and, you know, all the strokes. Yeah, a nice gas bubble will think that's it. You start praying, asking to see your mama. But I just want us to think about it. As you get around 30ish, 40 years old, you start thinking about your death. Around the mid 40s is when you about 45, 43, 45 years old is when you start actually taking action and preparing for your final day. You start thinking about, you start looking at brochures and asking about life insurance, and you know you start looking into stuff. You start thinking about wills and living wills and all of that jazz. Me and my friend was talking, and we said, I said, ain't that something that they've made it so you can't really live in peace, you can't be born in peace, and you can't die in peace. And l- listen to me now, okay? I don't want to fly off the handle, so I'm trying to get my words together. There are homeless people out there, and the people keep on saying they're houseless, homeless. I don't like mincing words, playing with words. Okay, just so we all know what homelessness is, whether you chose it or not. Okay, there are, I'm going to say, over 50% of the population that's homeless. They are homeless by choice. Correct me if I'm wrong. And the reason why I say that is, man, Americans are getting sick of paying this system and not getting anything in return. There are grown people that rather just be drifters and nomads than to pay into this system where you never win. No matter what you do, you never win. So to be drifting, the only thing that you have to afford is to take care of yourself. You have to figure out how you're going to eat, how will you shelter yourself, how you will protect yourself, where will you sleep. That's what you, that's all. It sounds hard. It sounds hard. But if you think about it, some people get along so well on the streets and homeless that you wouldn't even know that they're homeless. You see them at the mall shopping. You see them bouncing from, everybody ain't on, please, sir, spare change, please, sir. We'll work for food signs on cardboard. That ain't how all of them is, man. They will probably be working right next to you in a factory or at a gas station or in a cubicle. Only difference between you and them, you got to go back to a home that you have to pay the mortgage on every day. They are going in their van or their car somewhere and get a good night's sleep and just try not to get that knock on the window. They have totally opted out of this system. So me and my friend was talking about that, of people opting out of this system. You said they decided to jump off this society's hamster wheel. Absolutely. Absolutely, Riri. And you know something? The reason, I know a lot of people like, where did you get 50% from? I pulled it out my cheeks. Okay. The reason I pulled that out my cheeks is because I do a lot of watching society and watching this stuff. And it's a lot of people that are opting out of this system. And I'm going to tell you this, how another reason how I know more people are opting out of this system that are complying with this system. Want to know how? Government don't do nothing for they don't do things for no good reason. If it's not making the government money, or if it's costing the government money, that's when they start changing rules, laws, and regulations. If the government is not making money, or if the government is losing money, that's when they really bring the hammer down and change legislation, rules, laws, and regulations. So I had to put my head in the space of a government official for a second, and I thought about this. If I was running this place and we were losing money, I would ask somebody to go and try to find me where's the money leak. Well, sir, people aren't buying houses as much. What? Where? Okay. Where's another money leak? Well, sir, people aren't really working as the way they used to. What? What? Well, sir, people aren't buying as many automobiles. What? Where's this money going if all of these people are leaving these positions that keep the government fed? Where are these people going? Well, sir, um, the census says these people are opting out of society, and the homeless rate is rising. The homeless rate has started to rise. Huh? Think about that. That's where I got that number from. Because right after they start realizing that the homeless rate is skyrocketing, they'll put it on the news that homelessness is skyrocketing because, because people ain't right and people on drugs stuff. That ain't it. Homelessness is skyrocketing because people are opting out of this system. They don't want to have nothing else to do with it no more. And they rather be sleeping in their vans. So this is my proof of what I'm saying. Well, my theory. This is my proof of that my theory is correct. Homelessness is at an all-time high in so-called the richest country on the planet. So, what do? They make it illegal to be homeless. They make it think now listen to me. They made it illegal to be sleeping in your vehicle everywhere. They made it illegal to be homeless, sleeping outdoors on the sidewalks and the benches and the bus stops and the parks think about it. Why would you go and do all of that and put all of that energy and that money into such a thing where we got so many other problems, right? That we should be really thinking about. If homeless people ain't really harming nothing, harming nobody, and the most they doing is okay, you don't want them out in front of your store. I get it. You can establish that. You don't have to pass a law to um to arrest innocent people and put them in prison with a bunch of violent offenders because they don't want to live in a house that they can't even afford. Think about that, man. You go through your life working your soul off, not your butt. You work your soul off to purchase a home, and they tell you you're gonna be paying on this home for 30 years. For 30 years, you're gonna be paying $1,000 or more just to live inside this house. And that has nothing, let me see. That has nothing to do with your running water. It has nothing to do with your electricity in the home. It has nothing to do with your heating, your air conditioning, your food bill. It has nothing to do with sending your children to school. That $1,000 and beyond is just to stay inside of a dwelling. That has nothing to do with your doctor bills, your doctor's appointments, your medical prescriptions, your medications, your ailments, your therapies, your transportation. No, that $1,000 and beyond is just to stay in this house. And you're going to be paying that for a minimum of 30 years. And when you say it out of your mouth, it hurt bad, man. When you think about it, it's like a prison sentence, because right when in your first 5 years of paying for your house, and you know you barely making ends meet, you like, I got 25 more years of this. And Lord forbid, don't mess around and refinance in the wrong at the wrong time. Don't be in your house 10 years and mess around and refinance because they throw a little 6% interest rate at you. That's great and all, but you literally start all over. You was ten toes in the hole. You had 20 left. And when you refinance to get your interest rate lower, all you did was start all over again. That's all you did. Yes, your interest rate is lower. Yes, your monthly mortgage payment is a little bit lower. But now you literally started it all over, and all your money is going down towards um to them, not for the principal of the house. You got to pay them first before you pay your house off. Just like a car. You got to pay the interest rates and everything off first. So now that you started over with another 30-year term, okay, that first good 15, 20 years is going to go towards paying them, not towards paying your house off. They've made it where we keep talking about retirement, and there is no such thing. I don't even know why we literally speak those words. How can you live and be part of this system and agree with this system and utter the words retirement? There is no such thing. I don't care how much money you saved. There is no everybody keep thinking if you save a boatload of money that you're going to relax, you're going to be okay. It don't take nothing but a broken bone for that pile of money that you saved all these years to disappear. All it takes is a broken hip. A broken hip. You already paying for insurance yourself. I'm not even going to talk about the political spectrum of none of this. I'm just talking about our everyday reality. If you think about it. So y'all probably thinking like, Leah, so dang, this is sad and Debbie Downer led. What can we do about it? Well, I think, in my own opinion, because I'm literally living it, I think purchasing purchasing land. I don't care how much it is. Purchasing land is the ultimate retirement plan to me. I've been saying it for years and I'm gonna say it again. Purchasing land is the ultimate retirement plan, hands down, period. Pay it off. If you could buy some land and pay and have it paid off, that is the ultimate plan. Period. You know why I say that? Because you like, well, you still got to pay taxes. You got to pay taxes no matter what you do, where you go, how you do it, and when you do it, unless you want to sleep on a park bench. The reason why I'm saying buying rural land is the ultimate retirement plan, you get two things that they just don't offer you right out the gate. You get to build the structure that you want, how you want it, where you want it. You don't necessarily depending where you are, you don't have to be drinking the city's water. You can have your well dug and be drinking water from the earth for free. You do not have to be on the city's electrical grid. You could slap a bunch of solar panels on top of your roof and then prioritize your energy consumption every day. That's what I do. My energy is low because it's kind of partly cloudy. So am I watching TV? No, because this TV takes 100 watts. So every 100 watts, if I got 2,000 watt hours sitting out there of storage, okay, I got 20 hours to watch this TV. Is it worth it? No. So I'm chilling. Do I run my fans because it's getting warmer? If I ain't got that much, would it be in a cloudy day? No. Open the window. You got to just prioritize. I say the best investment you could ever make for your retirement. You're thinking about the dream. Let's talk about the dream of retirement. Just traveling the world, seeing the world, enjoying other places, other spaces, enjoying other experiences, and tasting different foods and all of that. That used to be the dream of retirement. But over the years, we see that is mostly an illusion. And now, and I got to bring this into this conversation because I don't necessarily want to talk about that, but I have to, is at the climate and the state of the world right now, you better not be flying to other countries right now. You better not be touching down in another country somewhere for your retirement and relaxing and chilling. Not right now, you better not, unless you may get stuck over there somewhere. If you've saved all your money for retirement so you could fly to France and fly to England and all of that and see the motherland, and if you stacked your money properly all these years, you made the right investments, you may want to rethink what your retirement is going to consist of. All this flying around and visiting other countries and tasting crepes and stuff like that and baguettes. You may want to rethink all of that and take that money and go buy you a piece of land somewhere. Take the rest of that money, put you some solar panels up on the roof. Take the rest of that money and get you a wood burning stove. Take the rest of that money and listen, either buy a good axe or a wood splitter. Take the rest of that money and get you a half decent workhorse like a little tractor. It's so many things that we need to be investing in for our retirement that's not spoken of. It's not spoken of because the subject matter when we start talking about retirement is they don't tell you what you're going to be eating when you retire. What you going to eat? This lady I just watched on the internet the other day said she's in a position where she every month she got to determine, is she going to eat this month or is she going to pay this bill? She was in tears crying. She had to have her pet euthanized because she couldn't afford to keep her pet. She said the cat been with her. I forget how many years she said. Y'all, I'm sure y'all have seen this video. I don't know how many years she said the cat been with her, like her best friend. She had to have her own pet euthanized because she couldn't afford to feed the cat and her and pay her bills to live. Something had to go, and she had to choose the life of her pet. How sick is that? I'm gonna keep this out of the political spectrum because I could go all bananas with that. So I say, I'm gonna ask y'all. I'm gonna give y'all the floor because I pretty much stated everything that I wanted to state. Costs money to be born, costs more money to live, and it costs money to die. I want you guys to answer this question. What do you think we need now? Listen, retool your mind from this system. I don't want to hear no system answers. Okay. What do you think we need to change in the way we function to be able to actually retire. Because this, to me, is my definition of retirement. I can work when I want to. I can go out and do a little job if I want to. I've made investments where all my investments make me a little bit of money here and there. I live way below my means, so I don't ever have to be shaking in my boots at the end of the month, wondering how I'm gonna pay something. So, what do y'all think we should be investing in and we should be paying more attention to when we start talking about it's time to retire? What do you think now? What should we be prioritizing in when we talk about retirement now? I'm reading. I'm with y'all. Okay. Show me right says my definition of retirement is relying not relying on an alarm clock to wake me up for work. Absolutely. 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 Show me right says the average funeral open casket that is $15,000 to go plant you in some dirt. Landacre Farms is my biggest struggle is switching from consumer mentality. Well, that we all got that struggle because we were born with it. Okay. My own beautiful says gardening and learning to barter. Absolutely. Absolutely. Silver Rim says land and thriving garden livestock. Okay. Um 99 Fabrication says having no debts. Okay. Backyard Farmer says we need to focus more on health first so you're not paying for healthcare expensive. That's excellent. That is excellent. Excelente. Absolutely. Um I can't pronounce your name. Last words is flight. Says we should educate our youth on how this system works and teach them how to be entrepreneurs and not consumers. Well, true, but everybody, absolutely everybody cannot be an entrepreneur. It, it just won't work. But I understand 100% what you're saying. Teaching the children how this system works, and I say just teach them how to opt out of it. I ain't saying to go sleep on a park bench, but I'm telling them it's. I say we teach our children how to live for real, like this. Stop teaching them how to go purchase things. Stop teaching them how to implement and put themselves into the system and teach them how to stay out of the system. And this is how you do it. Go get you some land, build your little house on it, and do everything yourself. Eat your own food, drink your own water, and stay away from them. That's what I say. But I agree with you. Okay. Little Green Patch says being able to feed myself without a store for 90% of my food needs. That's a good one. Riri Star says, for me, land where I can grow and raise food for myself and community and connecting with like minded folks. Riri, I want to say thank you for that because I was going to bring that up. I say, and this is partially political and partially just straight up how we need to change our mindset is starting to get with other people. And I said in my last, well, not my last live stream, but a couple of them ago, better start finding your folks. Find your folks. Apologize to folks. Accept apologies from folks and rekindle old friendships and relationships. And I mean that because I ain't gonna go there. Thank you, Riri. 99 Fab. Okay, okay. What's up about that life? Said eliminate debt. Absolutely. Little green patch. Not happy to worry about paying the next bill. Okay, okay. Let me see. Devin says, I want to buy land in Florida, but we have lots of black bears and dangerous animals. I'm concerned. Well, that's fairly pretty much anywhere. Okay. So if you're scared of animals, you may have a problem. If you have a problem with animals, land ownership, rural land ownership may not be for you. And I'm not gonna mince words with that. I mean it. If you're scared of animals or animals kind of set you off a little bit, uh that rural living ain't gonna be for you because that's all we deal with on a regular basis. Whether it's bears, coyotes, foxes, even want to hear the worst one to me? Mice. It ain't gotta be able to kick your door down to ruin your life. Ain't nothing worse than a mouse getting into your shelter, eating up all your food and doodling on the rest. So really, bears is horrible. They are horrifying, but that is not the worst thing that could happen out there. Mice and rats are even worse. Okay. Let's see. 80 L's, food, shelter, no mortgage, debt, final arrangements. I don't understand you. Can you put that in detail for me? Because I can't pronounce your name. I hate trying to tear people's name up. Let me see. K Mac, how you doing? Says putting time into my homeland, limiting dependency. I like the wording on that. And teaching our kids how to produce instead of consume. You put it perfectly. Hey, LDC Crafty Mom says teaching our children to live very minimal. Absolutely. That's excellent. 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 Oh, I'm way behind. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Let me see. Show 'em right says my greatest investment for retirement was paying off my mortgages, and we wouldn't have done that if I didn't invest in putting my wife in nursing school, and her income is also and her income is awesome. Thank God. There you go. There you go. That's smart. Okay. Her roots and garden diary say I'm terrified of rats and mice. Uh, because do not laugh at me. I'm not laughing at nobody. I don't do bats, really. But I'm not laughing at nobody. I'm just saying I'm trying to be realistic. Oh, I had to see where she was before I let this chair down. I had to be realistic. We got to be realistic with what we can and what we can't do. And we also cannot let our fears conquer us either. Listen, we've been scared and tortured so much that we're actually afraid to live. Uh see what I'm saying? We talking about now. We all talking about what we scared of. You know what? Let me get this. Let me get this straight. Now we talking about. We just changed the subject into how afraid we are. Where did that come from? Why did everybody jump on that? Right? I'm gonna tell you why. Because we've let them scare us so much over the years. You're scared to live. You're afraid to live. We talking about some bears and snakes and rats and bats and cats. Ain't nothing wrong with being afraid of certain things, but don't let that fear cripple you from greatness. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what I'm hearing. Maybe I'm hearing it wrong, but I'm hearing that you're afraid to live. That's what I heard through my ears. I see. Want to know what I'm afraid of the most? You know what I'm afraid of more than bears? More than rattlesnakes, black widow spiders, foxes, coyotes, wolves. You know what I'm more afraid of than those predators that can devour me in one bite? I'm more afraid of the system. I'm more afraid of the system because not only can the system do way worse torture to me. No, the system won't devour you in one bite and rip you from shred to shred. No, the system tortures you for the whole length of your life. They don't want you to die. Not just yet. They want you to go slow and spend all of your energy and all of your mental energy, all of your physical energy feeding them. And here's the other worst part. They make you watch it. They slowly feed you poison. They tell you they're feeding you poison. Look on the back of any product, food product, and it say might cause cancer and this, that, and the other thing. The dyes that we used in this candy bar causes cancer and this and that. Is not allowed to be sold in California and other cities and states. They're telling you they're poisoning you. You're not afraid of that. It's people out here watching me right now. You got a cigarette, you smoke cigarettes right now. The back of that cigarette, that back of that pack of cigarettes tells you in bold letters, oh yeah, this gonna kill you. Ain't no you might be one of the lucky ones. No, this is built to kill you on the back of that pack of cigarettes. That don't scare nobody though. On the back of this box of Debbie cakes and hoes. Yeah, this may cause obesity in children and may rot your teeth out, may give you, yeah. We know what sugar do. We ain't scared of that though. We ain't scared of the things that is actually truly killing you. Have I ever seen a real live bear in the wild? Nope. I'm 53, about to be 54 years old. I ain't never seen a bear in the wild. Never. You know what I have seen though? I've seen a box of Debbie cakes. I've seen a 5 pound bag of sugar. I've seen rotten vegetables. I've seen apples that can last for damn a year without rotting. I've seen restaurants that make hamburgers that can last for 40 years and they still look the same as the way they made them 40 years ago when you open the package and still literally are edible. Yeah, so I've seen that. That's more scary to me than any black bear, grizzly bear, coyote, wolf, because you don't know if this bear is hunting you. You don't know if this coyote or this wolf is hunting you. You don't know if they want to eat you. But we do know for a fact that this system wants to devour you and everything about you. It don't even just this system not just only want to devour you, it wants you to teach your children how to be devoured by it. It wants you to raise your children to understand that this is what you're going to do. And you're going to go through this too, just like me. We grew up, yeah, man, been working that factory all this time. Back is messed up. My feet don't work. One of my hands is crippled up. Yeah, I miss them losing one eye. All because the system did that to you. And then what do we tell our children? What do we tell our children? One day, this gonna be you. Okay, so this how to be a man right here. No, it's not. It's how to be part of this system and let this system devour you slowly. I don't want us to start letting our fears of the unknown and in nature be the thing that hold us back from greatness. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, this is exactly what they put in our heads all these hundreds of years, is to be afraid. Because if you're afraid, you won't escape. Think about this. You won't escape the plantation if you're afraid that there's bears, wolves, and everything out there that want to rip you apart, you ain't gonna leave the plantation. You're gonna be just happy being alive and tortured on the plantation. That's what you rather. That's my word. Right? We rather give in to something that's simple. You know, a snake biting you, spider biting you, wild dog bites you, you feel that instant pain. See, that's what we got in our head. That instant pain is what we're afraid of. But the pain that we really should be afraid of is the one that you don't even feel. We getting played every day and you don't feel it. We're getting tortured every day, but you don't feel it. You don't feel the torture when you go to the grocery store and pay $300 and you leave out of the store with 1.5 plastic bags of groceries. You don't think about it. You don't go to the doctor and they tell you your copay is $70, but your doctor bill is $35,000. You don't think about it. They got you thinking that this is the way things are. And just go with the flow. It's okay. Everybody does it. It's a whole doctor's office full of people that's about to pay about $30,000, $20,000. So I'm just like them. So why am I freaking out? They got you set up to think that way and think that that's okay, and it's not. There is nobody. Listen, there are no commercials, nor have they ever probably ever been any commercials on moving on rural land or moving in rural areas and starting your life. The commercials that you always see on television and in the movies is buying big condos and big homes and living in high rise apartments in the heart of the city. The reason why they call it the heart of the city is not just because it's the center of the city, it's the heart of the city and you the blood. You're just going to feed that and keep that thing running. That's all that is. You're going to move to the heart of the city with all the lights and shiny cars and movie stars and entertainers walking around just so you can keep it fed. They will drain you dry. Let's get back to the subject at hand. How do you retire? How do I retire? My only regret is I wish I would have came up with this plan 30 years ago. Just because I'm older, I don't care. I'm not going to stop. It seems ridiculous to be up in age and putting this much energy into building a whole brand new infrastructure. It looks almost pointless. When you look out on my land, you see the messes of all the projects that I have going on. But what you don't get a chance to see is how I benefit from all of it. The reason why it's so slow for me to do anything on this land is because I paid the land off. The reason why it's so slow for me to do anything is because I pay for everything cash money, no credit. So I just can't go and put my land together the way I would really like it to come together because everything on my land is paid for. Nothing is charged. Nothing has been credited. Look, I got an old tractor, still run good. Everything I have is bought and paid for. If I don't got to worry about no payments, nobody coming and putting a pink slip on my door, this shed, this cabin, paid for. My storage container over there, paid for. Everything, everything. So when you working with cash and pulling pennies and nickels together, trying to make ends meet and trying to move forward, you move at a snail's pace. But here's the thing: every small reward. I want you to understand this for me, from my perspective. Every small accomplishment that you see that I make is a huge accomplishment in the vast sight of everything. Okay. For instance, if I pull out my credit card or if I go to the bank, I can have that house over there that my wife wants. I could put a couple of cabins here. I could have me a nice tractor. I can have me a really industrial sized wood splitter and what is that? A mill, buy a mill. I could have my whole land fenced up. I could have top notch security everywhere. But if you put that credit card down on that table, or you sit across the desk from this loan agent, when you sign that piece of paper said, "This is not yours. We're going to let you borrow it until you pay it off. But you better not slip. If you slip, we coming to get our stuff." So I know when y'all watch my channel and watch me function out here on Freedom Makers, I know it go through your head like, damn, he got a mess out there. Damn, it's stuff all over the place. What is he doing? I understand. I understand exactly what it looked like. But the reason I love showing it to y'all, because I'm gonna tell you this: all of these different projects that I'm putting together by myself with my own two hands, I did that. I spent the money on that. I broke bread and now I'm broke for doing that. But nothing I own, nothing came from a credit card. I'd rather move slow in a snail's pace. What is that story? Like the rabbit and the hare? You're gonna always win bigger than the rabbit when you moving slow. Hell, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm almost glad that it's moving this slow because I would have made way more mistakes. If I was moving, if I had the money and could move as fast as I wanted to move, I would have made tons of mistakes. I would have had a house built that I can't afford, and I would have put that house in the wrong spot because it was supposed to be over on that side instead of us coming to terms with over here. My pond, everybody is wondering how many people wondering about the Freedom Pond build. How many people were wondering what happened to the pond? How many people? So I guess this is a good time to let y'all know what's going on with the pond. Anybody wondering what happened to the pond? Okay. It's better I show you. Y'all mind taking a quick land farmer field trip? It's getting hot in here anyway. Anybody wanna take a quick look, a little quick land farmer field trip? Anybody? Anybody real quick, little small, little bite-sized field trip? Anybody? Let's go. Now I got on my pajamas, so I can't take you on the full field trip, I don't believe, but I'm gonna do my best, okay? Come on, God P. Okay. I was cleaning my cabin up here, and a lot of my stuff got to go back in my storage facility. But I'm cleaning everything up, getting everything tightened up. I got a lot of projects going on out here. Come on. Okay. Ooh, feel much better out here. Now let me show y'all the pond. Okay. Okay. Let me see. It's better to show y'all like this. Okay. Okay. Here's the pond where I started digging. Right? And you can see this. Let me get my hand out the way. You can see the whole circle of the pond that I started digging, and it stops right there at that pile right there. So that's going to go in a whole circumference right there, right? Is everybody with me? Okay. So I'm gonna try to widen this up so I can show everybody. Okay, this is why this is gonna get. But this is it. Why did I stop? Thank you, Riri. So why did I stop? Oh, that's beautiful back there, ain't it? That just look good. Why did I stop? Let me turn around this way, give you a better view of what I'm talking about. There we go. Why did I stop? I stopped because my wife loves me. You probably like that don't make no doggone sense. I stopped because I love my wife. I stopped because I love my wife so much that I listens to my wife. So here I am, Mr. Big and Bad, and I turn around and my wife come out to Freedom Makers, and I said, "Baby, look how much work I got done. I got all this work done. Come check it out." No, it's not about the health. Riri, that's what we would think first, right? She don't want me to hurt myself. That's not what at all. Because I'm not doing anything but driving a tractor. No, she was not impressed. And y'all probably think, man, that show is ungrateful. Why she ain't impressed? She's not impressed because she said, baby, she say, baby, why you putting in all that work digging the pond right there? And I said, well, because I can't afford to put it out in the woods. You know, the people try to scam me and everything. She said, yeah, I know. No, yeah, she wasn't impressed. She wasn't impressed because she's like, why are you doing this much work and we have a pond already waiting for us? Like, what the hell is you talking about? I'm going to try my best to show y'all, but let me know if I'm breaking up, okay? Come with me. Go for a walk with me. Come on, pup. Let's go. You see the gooch? I've been working the gooch half to death. Okay. So my Wi-Fi is, let me see if it might cut in and cut out. So y'all let me know if y'all can still see me and everything, okay? So she says, why would you put the pond right there? I thought you was gonna put the pond somewhere else. I said, no, no, no. It's easier for me to put the pond right there next to the cabin, you know. She said, no. Why didn't you put it in that one spot we talked about a couple years ago? I couldn't remember what she was talking about. But I'm gonna try my best to show you without going in the woods because I haven't sprayed myself for bugs and ticks. Okay, can y'all hear me okay? Tell me if you can hear me and you can see me. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Give me 2 thumbs up if you can hear me and see me. Give me 3 thumbs up if you can hear me and see me clearly. Because I know it's gonna cut out a little bit. Thank you everybody for that confirmation. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you something, okay? I'm gonna try my best to show you. I'm gonna use my front camera because it picks up better. She said, why didn't you pick that spot that we talked about years ago? And I don't remember us talking about it, right? Watch this. Sir is buying a used backhoe good for farming. It depends on what you're trying to do. It just depends. Okay, look, y'all. Watch this. I'm going to try my best. Get back here. I don't want her in the woods. I want you to see the level and the lay of my land. I'm going to put my hand in a spot right here. I want y'all to look through that tree and look all the way. Can y'all see how my land in that spot slopes all the way down into a ravine? Can y'all see that right between these two trees here? That's the perfect angle. Can you see that? Tell me yes if you can see that, how it slopes down. I want to make sure that you can see that that's a slope. That's a sloped hill. Okay, everybody can see that. Okay, so just to let you know, right down there is a stream. That's some water that runs through my land way down there. Okay, way down there. So that stream comes from here and goes all the way around, up through my land that way, whips all the way around, comes back, and then comes behind my cabin, yada, yada, yada. Right down there, we already have water. Right down there is already soggy. Right down there is already a big, huge opening, even bigger than the pond that I started digging. Can y'all pick up what I'm laying down? It's already a giant ravine. All I have to do is bring in field dirt and make a wall on that side and make a wall on this side, and the water is already running in the damn thing, and we already know that it holds water. Y'all feel me? So my wife is sitting here like, why is you wasting all that energy when 70% of the job is already done for you by the Most High? She said it may not be in the most ideal spot that you really want it to be. And she said, I don't think putting the pond right by the cabin is, the best idea anyway, because snakes and everything else gonna be, it attract water attracts frogs, frogs attract turtles and snakes, and you know, you get prey, and then you get predators that eat the prey. So I'm like, man, she hit me with so much game, man. Let me tell you something. Lady Leg is cute and she little whatever, boy. She gangster, man. She hit me with something where all you can do is kiss her, man. So what she said, I've been going down there and checking out the situation. It's more than doable. Let me show you something. Let me show you something else. Not only is it more than doable, but if I start that pond, if I fill those two sides in, because this wall is, and then the hill come back up. All I gotta do is put two walls. Here's a trail going right to the damn pond. You see that? Can y'all see that? Here's the actual natural trail that runs right down to the pond. Can y'all see that? I don't even gotta start cut. All I gotta do is bring in a brush hog and cut all this underbrush. I don't even gotta do nothing crazy. See? Gangster. She hit me with some gangster game. So right there, I'm like, okay. Why am I wasting all my energy? Why am I wasting the power of this little old tractor older than I am, where I could use that tractor just to, if I have field dirt brought in, field dirt is free. So I'm giving y'all some game. Man, you can go anywhere and get field dirt for free because of all of the constructions that go on in your city. They literally have to pay to dump dirt in the landfill. Did you know that? Did y'all know that? Just like them removing trees and they able to give you those wood chips for free. They have to pay to go dump those wood chips and those big logs that they chop down the forestry industry. So all I gotta do is go to one of these places, construction sites, or make a call and say, hey, I need as much field dirt as you can bring. And that little road goes all the way down to that spot I was telling you. I say, go dump it down there. And then I can take my tractor and move it however I see fit. Man, that woman of mine, man. That woman of mine. Because I've had people say, what happened to the pond fund? And what happened to the pond? Nothing. Nothing. Because once you start figuring stuff out, like I said, if I could move as fast as I wanted to, I would have a pond sitting right here, not necessarily knowing if it will hold water or not. Hmm? You don't know. That was Lead Farmer Field Trip. Hope you enjoyed it. So you don't know, huh? You don't know what you're gonna get, right? So you don't know what you're gonna end up with. So if my spot that I was digging hit a pocket of sand and it doesn't hold water, meaning now I gotta pay money to fill that spot. Now I gotta pay money to buy a liner and put down. And all of that costs money, which I don't got. And I'm not putting anything on a credit card. I'm not going to the bank. Because the bank gonna ask me if I go get a loan, what you got for collateral? My land. If you default, they take your land and whatever else stupid crap that you try to do and rush the process with. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. So I wanted to make sure that I said this because me and my friend had a long conversation for a few days about a lot of this. And that was one of the conversations was about retirement and how many people cannot retire anymore. You can't retire not because you can't retire. You can't let me change my words. You can't retire comfortably. And the reason why you can't retire comfortably is because number one, you need to change your mindset on what you thought you was going to do when you retire. Flying from country to country to enjoy other things. We're going to have to cut that out for a while with everything going on. And we have to change our mindset and our priorities and realize what's really important. What is our real true life goals now? Because living in a little house with the picket fence in the middle of the city with a dog, two kids, and a wife, that has not worked out for anybody yet. I think, and this is my opinion, as long as we stay under society's thumb, that's exactly how you're gonna live out your life, and that's exactly how you gonna check out of this life under the rule of somebody else's thumb. You'll never be able to make no choices, call no shots. You're always going to have to abide by whatever anybody else is telling you how to do, how you're going to live, how you're going to retire, how you're going to spend the rest of your golden years. They're dictating that. I'm gonna tell you how they're dictating it. Just to prove my point again. If you retire, go to the store and buy a can of corn. And tell me how much a can of corn is. I don't care if it's name brand or off brand. Because now off brand food costs as much as name brand food. So it don't even matter no more. And now compare that can of corn to the same can of corn from 1989. 1989 was not that long ago. I had a little high top fade in 1989. That is not that long ago. So that just shows you. And now let's take it one more step. Now price that same can of corn and that same brand from 1989 to 1979. Yeah, mine was sloped. Oh, you talking about the hill. That same can of corn in 1979 was probably 19 cents, if that. 1989, that same can of corn was about 59 cents. 1999, that can of corn. You get what I'm saying? So here is how I can prove that we need to change our mindset. Because where do you think we're going to be in 2029? Remember, 1979, 1989, 99, 2009, 19. Where do you think these prices will be, especially with all that's going on in 2029? Where do you think? Do you think you're still going to be able to retire and eat good food and good healthy food for you? Do you think you're going to be able to really maintain some sort of, you think you're going to be able to just go to the store and get you a couple $100 worth of groceries, and that couple $100 worth of groceries is going to last you for the rest of the month until you get your check again, if they don't stop giving out checks? That don't work now. Let's be honest, it don't work now. There are very few lucky people that this system actually worked out for. It's very few people. I'm not saying it don't work, but I'm saying the people that it actually worked for, you can count them on one hand. So I'm giving you my opinion on the new retirement plan. The new retirement plan, for instance, if you purchase land now, you are literally purchasing your retirement. If you were to purchase land now, instead of waiting 30 years to figure out and hope with your fingers crossed that things go well for you, if you purchase the land now, hell, let's say this, you could purchase the land now, and let's say you pass away in a year or so, God forbid. Your retirement has been purchased. Even though you're not with us anymore, it's there for your loved ones. You understand what I'm saying? So the way the retirement and everything works now, nothing is promised to you. Everybody has this weird spaced out dream of thinking when they retire, they're going to be getting a pension. They're going to be getting some sort of sub pay. They're going to be getting some food stamps. They think they're going to be eligible for a full ride of veterans relief. They think they're going to be you think you're going to be getting all of this, your pension, your unemployment, your you name it. And once you get to that moment and you sit now, the reason I know this, because I don't know too many people that it hasn't happened to, even my own parents. When you sit across the desk from the people that's assigning you your unemployment and tell you how much you're going to be making per month, everybody almost gets nauseous. I have not seen one single person come home in my family with damn near either they're angry or they're in tears when they find out how much their retirement is going to be, how much their pension is going to be per month. And the first thing that, I'm not going to mention no name, that I heard somebody say is, how the hell am I going to live off of that? I'm going to have to stay at work. I can't live off of that. Even though their house was paid off. Even though their house was paid off, they knew from what they were going to get from their pension and their retirement, that is not a realistic number to actually live off of when you get older, because as you get older, even myself, it costs more money to live because you're not young anymore. Hey, what you doing? You going to the store, hey, a little pack of over-the-counter allergy medicine gonna cost you about $8 to $20. Now your allergies is acting up. You allergic to everything. So that's coming out of your pocket because you know you can't be coughing up a lung, sneezing and snotting and bleeding out the eye duct because you got to function. And with us being older, hey man, a sneezing attack from seasonal allergies will take your ass out because your heart be thumping. You know what I'm saying? Achoo, 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 achoo. When I have seasonal allergies, you can almost make a song to the way I sneeze. It ain't just ach. No, it's ach, ach, ach. When you finally get control of your seasonal allergies, just sneezing or coughing, your heart be thumping like Phil Collins, Air in the Night. Do 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 doom doom boom. I can feel it calling in the air tonight. Oh Lord, my heart be jumping. So now when I was younger, I didn't mind so much. I can handle it. Now that I'm older, I be thinking my heart beating do 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 just from sneezing. Let me go tomorrow. Let me put on my list allergy medicine. I can't have that happen because that might be the thing to take me out. You know what I'm saying? You ever sneeze so much you pee yourself? You sneeze yourself, you pee yourself. Man, when it get to a certain age, your age costs you money, man. You know you wake up like this, you ain't did nothing. Oh, heck. Damn, I must have slept wrong. That's some old ass talk. Do you hear what I said? That is some old ass talk. Your words, me and my wife play with each other, be like, boy, that's some elderly words you saying right there. Them is some elderly words. You need to knock the cobwebs off them words you speaking because we'll be like, I done mess around and pulled something. Oh, what you been doing? I kind of woke up a little. I guess I woke up wrong, slept wrong, was breathing wrong. I don't know. Maybe my heart skipped a beat. I don't. That's some old ass conversation. We had back in the day. We had conversations across the table. Like, yeah, girl, you like that, huh? Yeah, I got some more for you tonight. Huh? If you like what we did last night, wait till I get to you tonight. Huh? Shoot, I done took my vitamins. Now at the breakfast table, we come in there like, ah, oh, can you reach behind my back, put your arm under here, grab my head and kind of, can you, and just keep on going till I tell you to stop. Pop it, pop it. Me and my wife is teaching each other yoga. We're teaching each other new ways to stretch. Lord is my witness. We are literally, me and my wife, like, look, do this, try this one. I was doing this the other day and I hit it by accident and my back kind of popped and I was good all day. Look, grab your knees like this, but don't do it like you normally do. Just kind of do this, lean to the side, and then lean forward a little bit and twist, and you hear your back pop. That's some old ass conversation. That's some elderly ass conversation, man. So me knowing I'm getting older, I won't be getting younger. That also tells me I will be spending more money on trying to be mobile, okay? And trying to get through the rest of my life and daily life. You know, you sit there and you stand up and you pee for about 15, 20 minutes. That's not youthful. You know what I'm saying? You stand up there and pee for about 15, 20 minutes. You know that's not youthful. You know, sitting on the toilet after you move your bowels, but you start to realize, man, this toilet kind of comfortable. All we need is like a TV in here. I don't really have to get up. I don't mind the smell. You know, I could just sit right here. Hell with going into the kitchen. Hey, Junior, bring me a sandwich. I'm being here for a minute. When you start thinking of how comfortable the toilet is and should you get up, if you start thinking, if you have to set a timer when you sit down on the toilet, because you know your body done gave you a set amount of time that you can keep your cheeks on the toilet without them knees staying like this, you need help off the toilet. Your body, soon as you sit down, take that breath and loosen your muscle, your timer start. Your timer start like, you have 5 minutes. And they keep reminding you while you sitting on the toilet every blue moon, you kind of like, you have 3 minutes left. God, that's just all about, I need at least a little over a minute to get wiped up and cleaned up properly after your time is up. Now you sitting on the toilet, looking around on something to grab to help you up. Damn, I need to put more towel racks in this son bitch. Cause these knees, I ain't felt my toes in the last 5 minutes. I'm gonna see if this sink can hold me. I'm gonna grab onto the toilet paper roll. That man, when you start getting older, those are the thoughts that you start thinking about. So when you start thinking like that, when you start telling your P, man, I wish you hurry up. I got things to do. Now I've been standing here. You in the bathroom at the grocery store, and there's other men in the bathroom, young men, and they done peed and it sound like they opened up a fire hydrant, and they already washing their hands, and you still like, okay, give me a second. Can y'all hold it down so I can concentrate? Me. Kids done left, people done left, new people done came in to pee, and they beat you too. Let me tell you something. Your ass getting old. So as you get old and you start to realize this, how many times you sit on the toilet, you got to take a number two, maybe even a number one, just say a 12. You got to take a one and a two. And you sit there and you got to breathe first. No, you got to catch your breath. Because taking your clothes off to do it, that got you winded for some reason. Just taking your drawers and your pants down, you sit and you finally sit down like, oh shit. Okay. Give me a second. Now you got to breathe to relax your muscle so you can do a number one and a number two. When you have to concentrate on relieving yourself and letting your body, do you understand that's old as hell, son? When you have to concentrate on doo-doo, I have to concentrate to doo-doo, I have to concentrate to pee. Like I'm taking a damn exam to get in college. uh, Mr. Led, you have 12 more minutes before you have to turn that test in. Just letting you know, give me a heads up. You old. After you stand up off the toilet, If you can't bend your knees, you old. Because you got that little electricity running through. I guess that's the blood running back down into your toe. You can't wiggle your toe. You walk out the bathroom doing a German Smurf. You walk out the bathroom like Frankenstein. Yo. So the older we get, the more it costs. I don't care what you think, or it's the truth. It's gonna cost you money because now you need Bengay. Now you need pain medication. I literally need to take out stock in Tylenol, inflammation, ibuprofen. Shit. You start watching TV. Look, I if you as old as I am or older, I guarantee your ass that you be watching these doctors on YouTube. What's his name? I forget his name. I watch all the time. I bet you be watching that, trying to diagnose yourself before you go pay that $70 copay. You sit here and watch doctors all day. Like, ooh, that's the same pain I be having. I bet you if I pull up your YouTube history, it say something like, lower back pain, sharp pain like knives, and you hit that like, okay, let me see what they got to say about that. That thumbnail look like what's wrong with my foot right there, where that throbbing right there. Let's listen to it. I bet you your history on your YouTube is all kind of ailments and shit, and how to fix stuff like how do you put your back into alignment? How do you stop inflammation? How can you stop dribbling your own urine? What can I eat? What healthy things can I eat to have a smoother bowel movement? A full, clean cut bowel movement. I bet you your whole YouTube history is full of that. I bet you better erase your data on your YouTube because I bet you. I bet you because yours look like mine. I can't make this up. I'm sitting here this morning, looking at the benefits of sardines. Oh, they have that much fatty acid, more than tuna. Okay. I'm taking notes. Okay. Oh, okay. They give you 1900 milligrams of, oh, wow. 5 times more than the average. Okay. I can't make this up. I'm not looking at race cars no more, motorcycles. My stuff is mixed with, my YouTube history is mixed with prepping, gardening, and how to stay alive so I can keep prepping and gardening. You old, accept it. But it doesn't mean that we have to keep playing the game their way. There's other ways to play this game. Number one, we should all be eating better. And by that, I'm not saying run off to the store and start buying a mess. I'm talking about we need to really grow our own food the best way we know how. Purchase you some land. Get away from the city. Get away from that nonsense. I know some people say, I need to be close to a hospital, lad. I'm getting old. I get it. I don't know, man. I don't know. My word is, let's just let's just really practice on changing our mindset from retirement the way we've been living it all these years. We know it ain't right. We know it don't work. We know, I'm gonna tell you who else know. Every Walmart greeter in America know that this way of retiring don't work. You don't work 30, 40 years at this company or this factory or for this business in a cubicle in this office just so you have now you at the damn corner waving kids in front of the school. You a traffic cop now. I mean, little traffic lady. What do they call a little guardsman? You letting the kids go and hold traffic so the kids can come from school. Come on, man. You got to be on the clock. There is no, I'm trying to say this without cursing. There is no way in piping hot hell a person in their 70s or their 80s or have served the armed forces in any branch. I don't care if you was a janitor in the military. There is no freaking way that you should reach 70 years old and have to think about how you're going to eat and where you're going to live. Oh, and who's going to help take care of you. There should not be a question in America when we talk about our people over, hell, I'm going to say over 65, over the age of 65 and up, or any branch of military veteran. I don't care if you worked in the military and all you did was a janitor and push them out. I don't give a damn if you was just a cook. I don't think, because if the call was made, your ass got to pick up arms and go defend this country. I do not think there should be a question where you have to worry about who's going to help take care of you in your golden years. I don't think there should be a question on where you're going to end up living, and there shouldn't be a question on how you're going to support yourself and eat. No freaking way. You spent all these years supporting this country and keeping it the way it was and keeping it as strong and powerful as it was. And now that you've reached your retirement golden years, you have to actually go back to work. And let me tell you something that's even more a smack in the face. Not only do you got to go back to work to supplement your income, but you got to work next to this 15-year-old kid. And this 15-year-old kid doing a little dab dance and stuff. You looking at this like, hey, somebody get the medical. Medic, what's wrong? What's wrong there? Hey, this kid having a seizure. Somebody help him. Somebody, I know how to do the Heimlich. You start giving a little 17-year-old the Heimlich and shit, and it ain't nothing wrong with it. This is how they act. They can't keep still. They TikTok dancers and shit. You got to work next to him in the Home Depot, because that's the only job they're gonna give us elders, is working in Home Depot, back in the plant section in the nursery, or a Walmart greeter. And the little kids can't keep still. They won't stop talking to themselves. And you, as an elder, and you was alive in the doggone 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s, and you looking at this. Hey, somebody call the ambulance, 911. This boy look like he's foaming at the mouth. He won't keep still. He's jittering. Look, some of these kids, you work next to him, I'll pull my wallet out and jam it in his mouth. Sir, what you doing? Shut up, boy. You gonna be all right. I take my wallet out of my pocket. Come here. You gonna be all right, boy. Bite down on that. That's right. I'm gonna keep you from meeting the upper room. And you get arrested, and you 70 years old, you get arrested for assault and battery. Say, I thought the boy was having a seizure. He wouldn't stop doing this. And they telling you it's the latest dance. You actually got to go back to working next to that shit. You 70 years old, and you got to put up with that. And it's become normal. It has become so normalized that you're the one that's crazy for not accepting that. So they end up saying, I hate to do this because you're such a sweet old man. We're going to have to let you go. And Siobhan is going to be filing charges for the whole wallet in the mouth thing. And you may have to deal with going to a You have to take some kind of classes for, you know, what's going, the movement going on now. When you assault women, you're going to have to take charges for that. She was choking. I put my wallet in her mouth because I didn't want her to swallow her tongue. That's us old folks talking shit. We trying to save their life. She wouldn't stop moving, so I didn't know. So we know that if we got to go back to work, it's gonna cost us more money to live. The older we get, it don't cost less because you get older. It costs more. Because now it costs more because you cannot supplement your income. You just can't say, I'll be back. I'm gonna go out and give me a job and I'm gonna work that real quick, stack me up some money real quick. No, your back, your neck, your arms, you got on arm braces, you got on knee pads for no reason. You start getting so old that you start wearing like bicycle gear in everyday life. People keep asking you, oh, you rode a bike to work? No, why you say that? I was just wondering because you had on that helmet and those elbow pads and knee pads and thick, heavy gloves. How did you get to work? I caught the bus. So, what is all this safety gear for? For safety. What it look like it's for? It's for safety. But you caught the bus. Yeah? What are you saying? Can I go to work? Can I punch in? Yeah, I guess so, sir. We getting to an age where everything is costing us more because you just can't go out here and just go get a job. Now, at a certain age, they look at your age. They do. They look at this gray hair. They look at your age. They like, look, he gonna always have to go to the bathroom. Look, you fill out this application online now. You can't fill out no more paper application. You gotta know how to work the computer. Fill out the application on the computer. That's a job by itself. And then when they sit you down in front of the interview, the first thing they sitting across, they ain't asking you the normal interview questions. The normal interview questions like, oh, I see you work for DuPont. Okay, you worked there for 15 years. That's great. I know a guy that worked at DuPont. They ain't talking to you like that. They talking to you like Mima. They're saying stuff like, oh, you worked at DuPont. That's so cute. What did you do there? Did you work in the nursery where they keep the children? And you like, did I work in the nursery where they keep the children? To do what? Oh, you didn't work in the daycare at your facility. Oh, okay. What exactly did you do at this job? Cause I don't. Anyway, they talking to you because they know you old and they start weighing in like, this dude gonna have to always go pee. He gonna be missing a lot of work. Now, this is what they're judging from looking at you when you go for a job. They're looking at you and they judge you. He gonna always have to pee and doo-doo. He ain't gonna never come to work because he always gonna have doctor's appointments. He gonna always have to leave early because he done hurt something picking up some lumber or something, or his sugar done dropped and he done mess around. He in the middle of the floor in the aisle making a scene. We gonna have to cart him off, and if he pass out on the company floor, we gotta pay for it. He gonna always need a ride home because he ain't got no license no more. They took it from him because he legally blind in the left eye, so he can't drive no more. So he always gonna be waiting for his grandson to never come. So I'm gonna end up having to take his ass home every. They're looking at you as a problem. Like, you gonna cost this company money. You're not gonna help us make money. You're gonna cost us money. And with his age, if we hire him, if he sue us for anything, I, I choked on a Snicker bar that came out of the vending machine. That has never happened before. That's only your Snicker bar. I'm suing. If you sue, the court gonna look like poor old man. Mess around, choked on a damn deadly Snicker bar in your evil break room. How big is that break room? You know it should be bigger than that, and them chairs should be more comfortable. We filing for the plaintiff. You're a liability to these companies once you reach a certain age. You are not an asset anymore. Your only asset, the only place that you could actually be an asset in this new times is playing Santa Claus. That's the only thing that they need you to really look old for, where they're willing to pay because their insurance rate is high because they know these Santa Clauses be drunk and passed out, and so they got insurance on you, so they ain't worried about that. When you become a Santa Claus and you work in the mall or something or in the Kmart, they, soon as you come in, oh, you got the job. You don't even have to. You don't even have to put on a fake beard. Oh, you got it. We had two spots for black Santa Claus. You got the meat on your bones and you got the beard. Just grow that out about 5 more inches and we're good. I'm a shoe in for Santa Claus, you know, but everything else after that, you're a liability. And that's how they look at it. And everybody keep thinking, as you get older, it's going to just be easier for you to get into the workforce. It's not. It's the opposite. You can't just jump out and go get a job no more. You just can't. Because they're going to wait on, and I know it's cruel, but that's how they're looking at it. You're going to be an ass. I mean, you're going to be a liability to this company, right? Period. You're going to move slow. They ain't going to want to hire you for stocking groceries at night in the middle of the night. It's in the middle of the night when they stock the stores. You're going to be sleepy. You know, you're going to always be going to sleep in little dark places and stuff. They don't want to hire you for that. You're going to be stocking stuff slow. And let me talk about the biggest reason why they will not hire you once you reach a certain age. Because you're smart. Forget your health problems. Forget your ailments. Forget your medication situation. The real reason they will not hire you is because they cannot trick you into doing dumb shit. Hey, Bobby, do me a favor. Go up on that 19th shelf up there on this ladder and bring down that big old box of wrenches for me so we can restock that. They know if you tell somebody in their 50s and up to get on a ladder in the first place and reach up there and try to grab and bring down a 300-pound box of wrenches or nails, you're going to be like, shit, no, I ain't doing that. They know they're gonna get some pushback. They don't want pushback. They want dumb people. They don't want smart people that's gonna question the orders. They want dummies. That, oh, I'm going to get a bonus if I go up here and I can bring down a 300 box of wrenches. They're going to be talking about me for years. They sure will, because they're going to be saying, remember Bobby? Yeah, the new kid. Yeah, that's where he died, right there. I watched the whole thing. He grabbed that 300-pound box of wrenches and he just went backwards right over the railing. And that's where he landed. Yeah. But you don't do that. See, they want dumb people. They're still trying to impress the master or impress the boss. No, old people, we be like, shit, what you want me to do that for? Man, where the forklift driver? Hey, get the forklift driver. Why don't you get the fork? He got a whole forklift. We don't need no ladder, no muscles, no nothing. He got a whole machine he's sitting on with arms built on it for getting 300-pound boxes off the 19th shelf. What you asking me to do that for? Never mind, Randy. So you're saying you're refusing to do your job. So are you refusing to do your job? Huh? I asked you to get the boxes. You're telling me no? No, I'm not telling you no. I'm asking you how come he can't get that shit when he's sitting on the machinery that's built to get that shit. That's what, are you cursing? I'm going to have to ask you to go home. Give me your smock. Give me your smock. Go punch out. That's the biggest reason they don't want to hire no older folks, because we be questioning shit. I need you to mop this floor, okay? Keep this floor clean all day. We have people coming in from corporate. This floor ain't been mopped in like 3 months. I'm gonna spend all. I'm only here for another hour and a half. I ain't got time to mop this floor. Well, you're gonna have to do some overtime, Mr. Ladd, because this floor has to be clean because corporate is coming in. Well, shit, you knew corporate was coming in 3 months ago. How come you ain't keep this floor mopped a little bit every day for 3 months? So when today came, we ain't had to do shit but brush our teeth and smile at corporate when they come in. How come y'all trying to make us do all this shit right now? No, don't go throwing out the old vegetables and stuff right now trying to make it look good. Keep them old dead ass apples with worms in them sitting under there so they can see that. Why y'all changing light bulbs now in the ceiling? Because corporate coming. Them lights been flickering since y'all hired me, and I be having seizures and shit from your flickering light bulbs, and I keep asking you to change because I start seeing things because of the flickering light bulb. Now y'all changing because corporate coming in. Corporate's coming in. You crazy? I'm not about to do no overtime and mop this damn nasty ass floor and it got 2.5 inches worth of crud on it because y'all don't do y'all job. I'm 73 years old. I am not coming. Nobody told me I am not in the Navy anymore. I'm not swabbing the deck. Ain't that little machine down there scrubbing the floors? It ain't even got nobody driving it. Why don't you tell that thing, program that thing, come up here and scrub this floor for about 3 or 4 hours till corporate come in? That don't make no damn sense. Well, it's an optics thing. We want them to see our employees working hard for the company. Well, they bought a damn machine that ain't got nobody driving it that scrubs the floors. Don't you want them to see their investments at work? See, y'all don't think. Y'all young folks don't be thinking, man. Yo, let me stop. I done seen it all. I done heard it all. And my solution to all of it is buy your ass a piece of land, move on said land, invest in said land, invest in the things you need to keep the land viable, and let it go. So when it's your time to punch out on your last day, to punch your clock, you know where you're going to be living. You know you don't owe nobody nothing. And all your little bit of supplemental income can go straight to your medication and your pain pills and your Bengay and probably your teeth. You're going to have to pay your own insurance. So you ain't got to worry about nothing. You ain't got to be stuck eating cat food, because there's some folks out there can't even afford food. They eating cans of cow can and shit from the dollar store. That's not funny. It's not funny, but it's true. You got people out there can't afford to eat, man. They eating a can of damn cow can cat food. Off brand too, from Dollar General. These people served this country all these years and they sitting here eating some damn tender victuals. What kind of, man, we can change this. The same work that you put in and the hours that you put in, the hard work that you put in to go make another man rich, so he can go and shower his wife with diamonds and pearls and jewels and expensive cars and dresses and ball gowns and clothes, and his kids go to private school while you breaking your back until it tear into your soul. You making this whole family rich. Guess what? I guarantee you one thing. The people that own your company has never sat and shook your damn hand. They have never sat across the table and ate food with you. They have never invited you to none of their parties, their galas, or anything. They have never invited you to their house. The people that own these corporations will never invite you to their house. They will never invite you to their backyard barbecue. They'll never come over and shake your hand without wiping their hand with sanitizer afterwards. They don't know who you are. You're making a whole invisible entity rich so he can finish controlling the rest of your damn lineage from your grandkids on down. That same energy that you put in to make them rich, you could put that same energy, like I'm out here chopping this wood up, put that same energy into yourself and into your own worth, and it will pay you immediately. I'm going to tell you something real quick. I bought this wood splitter for $1,000. Listen close. I spent my hard-earned money and bought that wood chipper, that wood splitter for $1,000. Listen to this. I purchased my land. I bought a wood splitter. I spent money. I spent $500 on a good chainsaw, right? So let's just say with $1,500, I want you to add this up. $1,500 for a chainsaw and a wood splitter. Okay, stick with me. I paid, let's say in total, I paid about $2,000 for my wood stove and all of the equipment to go to the wood stove to make it perfectly operational. So let's say we in it for $3,500. I want you to listen close. After purchasing my land, purchasing a wood splitter, purchasing a chainsaw, purchasing a wood stove, I will never, ever, ever, never, ever have to pay a heating bill ever. So, just so you understand, a cord of wood that will last you all winter, depending on where you are, a cord of wood to burn a cord of seasoned wood costs, if you was to buy it, $350 to keep your home warm. So I just split over, I'm gonna say about a cord and a half of wood. So let's just say I got $500 worth of wood sitting out there. I still have to go and finish cutting up another of that. So let's just say I got about anywhere from $700 to $900 worth of wood out there. That's heat. That's free heat. I got a big giant oak tree sitting right off here in the woods that I need to go chop up and split up too. So that's going to be a whole nother damn near $1,000 worth of wood because it's oak. I just paid for half of everything I invested in with 2 trees on my own land to heat my house for anywhere from 2 to 3 years. See how it not only paid me back, but it actually gave me something tangible that I'm going to feel and see every day. Every time my wood stove is on, that is wood that came off my land. That is wood that I chopped up with my chainsaw investment. That is wood that I split up with my wood splitter. And now I'm burning said wood in this wood stove, giving off anything from 30,000 BTUs of heat to heat my home. That's only year 1. Your whole investment for all of this will be paid for in 2 years. Nothing went to the system. Nothing. So now after I pay off the investment get the return off the investment, after year 2, it's all going to pay me. Now, here's another one. If I really, really wanted to get funky with it, go cut down 1 extra tree, chop it up, split it up, and sell it. And bring in extra income. It's paying for itself. It's paying for itself. All of it. Do I have any questions on how any of that works? Let me get my I don't know why you set me up. Is everybody with me? And here's the thing, I'm retired. So all I gotta do is this. This is my job. Instead of me going to punch in a 9 to 5 every day, I wake up when I feel like waking up. I go to sleep when I feel like going to sleep. If I don't feel good today, I stay my butt in the cabin. If I feel great, I go out here and decide whether I'm going to do some work or not. And then I put in this work. And guess what? When I, at the end of the week, I don't be like, ooh, I wonder how much my check going to be. My check going to be fat. I don't even got to do that. I know exactly what I made. I don't have to count my time. I don't have to calculate my hours, calculate my taxes. I don't got to do none of that. Everything and all the work I just put in is in my face. The payment is in my face every single day. That's retirement. When retirement to me is every piece of work that you put in, you get it back right now. You don't got to ask nobody, hey, y'all short on my check. You will never have to say that. Oh, you know you didn't get paid for the holiday because you didn't work last Saturday. So that's why they ain't pay you for the holiday pay. You will never have to do that. So that's all I got, y'all. I just, I was having conversations about retirement, and I think we just got it all wrong. I know we got it all wrong. We're still trying to please the boss. And just so when they're done with you and your energy and your sale is spent and you don't have nothing else to give to this company, they let you go. And sometimes they let you go when you ain't did nothing wrong. Lay your ass off indefinitely and you ain't did nothing wrong. And now you stuck looking stupid, wondering what you're gonna do. Did y'all see them take that man's house? They took this man's house, and all he kept saying was because they tricked him. They tricked him on some bullshit. You know what he said? I don't have a clue where I'm going to go. I don't have a clue where I am going to go. I don't have any family alive or left. This is all I know. What am I going to do? You know why? He had $1 million home. He wasn't done paying for it. Something happened where he's going to lose his home. So now, all of this, oh, and he was a veteran. All this money you invested in today's system, they tricked you, you got, and now you don't even, in your golden years, after serving this country and defending it, you sitting here on the news talking about some you don't know where you gonna go because you ain't got nothing. Because everything that you got living in $1 million house, what you living in $1 million house for anyway? That's why that got me. But you living in $1 million house and everything you own was for show. It was nothing solidified. You bought a bunch of bullshit. You bought Corvette Stingrays, H2 Hummers and shit, a helicopter pad, just dumb shit. Harley Davidson's, boats, jet skis. You owned all this stuff to try to impress other people that do not care about any of that. So you're about to lose everything. And out of all that money that you had, you never ever solidified your plan B. You mean to tell me your whole life was trying to pretend that you were something that you weren't? You were trying to false flag and show the world that you had money, you had it going on, but all it took was for one scam for you not to end up with shit. None of this belonged to you. All this belonged to the bank. All of it. You never one time thought maybe I need to buy something and set it to the side just in case this facade fails. Purchase. My thing is get you some land, put enough equipment on it so you can maintain the land, and you already bought your retirement. Put your little cabin or something on it, a little mobile home on it, whatever you got to do. That way, man, when it's all said and done, you may get older, get a little sick, get a little ill. You ain't got to wonder how you paying your bills. Put a little solar on the roof, put a wood stove in it. You ain't got to worry about how your CPAP machine is going to be working. And you ain't got to worry about how you going to stay warm or cold. Solar, wood stove. If it was hot enough, I'd cut this air conditioner on right now. The temperature is perfect. So I ain't got to cut the wood stove on, and I ain't got to cut the air conditioner on. But I know that if I get too hot, I'll cut on this AC unit. And it's being run by the sun, not the power company that's overcharging me. So if that ain't the real true definition of retirement, I don't know what it is. Because the way they got it, to me, that's not that's not the real definition of retirement for me. I want y'all all to really sit and think about what your dreams and your thoughts was on retirement. Like what do you really truly expect your retirement to be like? Especially now, with everything going on in the world, especially now. Again, I won't talk about no politics that you already know about. How do you think your retirement is going to go? And you ain't got nothing solidified. I know everything out here seems like it's crazy to most people. But for me, this is insurance on think I'm going to be okay. Think I'm going to be all right. One way or the other, no matter what happens. Think I'm going to be all right. And I'm going to leave on one last note. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to mess up this. I'm not going to mess up this good video with nothing about that. We'll talk about that on the other channel another day. But I want y'all to really, truly sit back and truly put into perspective the definition of retirement. We don't talk about that. We just talk about some, yeah, I only got 5 years to retire. Yeah, and do what? I know people that only got about 5 or 4 years for retirement and ain't nothing paid off. Ain't nothing paid off. They have solidified nothing. When they end up getting to that point of only getting retirement and they pension or whatever, that's not enough to sustain the things that you still, your debt. That's not, the government ain't gonna give you enough money to sustain the debt that you accumulated. And then people gonna start putting yellow stickers on your door, yellow notes on your door, red notes on your door, orange notes on your door. Y'all know what all that is. It's like a stoplight. So I'm just saying, if I were you, I would solidify my future by purchasing land and purchasing all of, let me stop saying purchasing, investing in land, because buying stuff, that no, this is investing. It's a difference. Investing in land and invest in all of the things that you need to maintain the land and make your living free. That's what I say. Invest in solar, invest in wood burning stoves, invest in some land, invest in, that's what I say. Okay? We can go on all day and I ain't gonna do that to you. Lead Farmer 73, thank y'all all for being here. Thank you for going with me on the Lead Farmer field trip. Hopefully I'll get a chance to go down in that ravine and actually show you the actual pond area, because this definitely will not be it. That's wasting my time and my energy on something that, like my wife said, is already built for me by the Most High. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to work with nature and not work against it. Okay? So everybody, thank you for coming here so much. Thank you for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. And I really hope y'all take what I said into account, because we all are getting older. There's no way to fight it. I don't care if you get a facelift, BBLs, tummy tucks. You can nip and tuck yourself half to death. You ain't getting no younger. I don't care what plastic surgeries you do to yourself. I don't care if you get a new size set of knockers. I don't care. And what the dude's doing now. I don't care if you get it. I'm sorry. I don't care if you get a new set of longer shins. Oh my God. I don't care if you get a new set of longer shins built into your legs. Now you got long legs and a little body. It don't make no difference. I don't care what you do to yourself. You're not going to get younger. You can make yourself look younger. I don't care if you cake makeup on your face and make you look like damn what was her name? Punky Brewster. I don't care. But you're not. You know what I mean? You're not. We're getting older and we have to accept it, and we have to stop pretending that you're young. Go ahead and accept your age and start making plans accordingly for us to continue to age. Let's eat better, get healthy, and invest in the things that we need to invest in, because our future, it is what it is. We've been watching it our whole life. We watch people go from getting young to becoming our elders to singing at their funerals. We know how this works. Why we act like that's not gonna happen to us? That's all I'm saying. That's all I got. Live Farmer 73. Y'all all enjoy your Monday. And as T-Nall call it, this is Meatless Monday. Everybody, enjoy your day. Live Farmer 73. Please stay safe. Stay sane. I love you. And I'm out. Peace.